of the Brazilian population, which is almost 300 million, self-identify as Black. When you're talking about 100 and almost 50 million Black people in one country alone, that's significant. So how can any sort of anti-racist discourse not contemplate that Black majority in the rest of the Americas? That's something to keep in mind about why the overemphasis on learning from the Brazilian context in order to understand what's going on in the United States. And a vibrant Black Lives Matter movement had been going on, the anti-genocide movement had been going on prior to Black Lives Matter. That is not vice versa, that there's a way that we can learn from the South, and that these conversations and our knowledge needs to be moving back and forth, and not just north to south, right? So it's not that Brazilians are taking from the United States, it's that we need to look to Brazil. The political work of these conversations is really to see how these societies are profoundly interconnected, right? And that Donald Trump comes about not as some unique force, right? That Bolsonaro doesn't just come out of the woodworks. And and what's going on in Europe in terms of anti-immigrant and anti-Black sentiment doesn't come out of the woodwork. These are ideas that are circulating globally. With the vibrant, even Black Lives Matter movement or anti-police violence movement, in order for it to really, I think, really be truly a kind of a powerful kind of liberatory project, is that you have to think more globally. Black struggles previously had always been invested in an anti-imperial project. I think that's one way to kind of think about it, is that it's working in tandem with each other, right? So you can't see them as operating separately.
Black feminism has been mutually important in generating these ideas of larger social movements in Brazil and in the US, and they have been borrowing from each other for a long, long time. So I think the parallels are clear, and they of course change with time, but I think in the current moment we do have the very fact that Black Lives Matter is created by and led by women of color, Black women, Black queer women, and the fact that a movement like Mães de Maio in Brazil are also led by Black women, mostly the mothers and relatives of those who were killed by the police.
So for me, it's helping them think through different tactics and strategies and ways of organizing that often get ignored or written over. And so for us, they're just kind of thinking through, okay, well, when I'm looking for activism in the 20th and 21st century, I could be looking in different places other than protest and marching in the street, but I could be looking for very intimate ways that women are working together.